Yeah, right now we've got some heavy snow clobbering portions of Colorado. Just take a look. This is the live look at I-70 in through the Eisenhower Tunnel. Actually, I see flashing lights and stopped traffic, so I'm not exactly sure why it stopped. This is out of Keystone. So I-70 is what you take to head out to some of those resorts as you head west of Denver. Some of these areas reporting anywhere from a foot to almost 1.5 feet of snow. But this is just the appetizer as we look ahead towards the overall big picture. Things should start to wind down in Colorado this afternoon. Mother Nature ready to dish out a little bit of everything for Thanksgiving.
The storm that we're tracking, the coast-to-coaster, as it moves across America, there is going to be a cold rain that the most of us will see. That includes people along the I-95 corridor, and snow could be heavy at times through the interiors. The South, in the meantime, will have to watch out for the potential of some strong, maybe even some severe storms. That's going to be as we head into Thursday. Friday will then usher in this new air mass, or the beginnings of it.
I mean, today's relatively quiet, if you think about it, right? If you had to pick a day. But a lot of us travel the morning of, right, to get to someone's house for Thanksgiving lunch or Thanksgiving dinner, whatever you like to do. So if you are planning to wait till tomorrow to get to where you need to be, you might want to avoid some of the worst of the traffic, right? There is going to be some disruptive weather that we can't help. Dry conditions today for much of the Northeast. That's going to change quickly for tomorrow morning, Stephen. All that energy out of the Rockies, as we're showing here, it is going to eject to the east. And it's going to bring a big mix of weather, depending on where you are, naturally so. But as you look into the Northeast, further north, we're talking snow.
We are talking the snow, and then this is through the plains. I'm only going to use this term once today. I used it with Greg Diamond, one of our meteorologists, frontogenetical forcing. It is a term that in the Midwest you wish for and hope for when you have a strengthening area of low pressure, because you might get some extra surprises to the system if it's cold enough.
Can you say it again?
Frontogenetical forcing. That's how I learned it.
You say it so well.
It's like mouthful.
It's like saying meteorological.
Meteorological.
You got to really think about it before you say
So this low is developing in a way, and we're going to see that rain spread throughout, and the snow where it's cold enough. But it is really, for the Midwest, more of a warmer storm. So not really going to see a ton from accumulations. Maybe Central Illinois, Springfield, Champaign, Urbana.
Yeah.
You can get a slushy, messy mix.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of a mix of it, but for the most part is rain, and maybe some heavy rain. And that's what you're looking at here as the low pushes off to the east. And we're watching the exact track of it, right? Because that track can always play such a big role in terms of where the heaviest rain will be, or even where some of the more frozen precipitation will be. But this is 7 a.m. I think a lot of folks tend to put their turkey in the oven at this time. So from Charleston to D.C. to New York, Pittsburgh, we're talking about a wet mess. It'll head up into Boston. It's not a complete washout for the Northeast, but at least half of the day will be wet. Whether it's the first half or the second half, you'll be up against something.
Tell that to the folks going to the parade in New York City tomorrow.
Oh, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day
Will that
parade.
be a washout? I don't know. It's looking messy.
Yeah. At the time, it could be worse, because for New York City, the rain is for the first half of the day. It's a bummer.
And depending on those plans, it is a moving storm, so it's not one that's going to linger much. But with that cold air already in place, areas that saw a little bit of freezing rain, sleet yesterday, hey, some good news. Not going to be dealing with that tomorrow. Vermont, New Hampshire, parts of upstate New York. It does look like it's going to be all frozen in the form of snow. So you won't have to worry so much about that. But we have the winter storm watches already posted.
We do, through tomorrow, through Thursday. So as of now, somewhat isolated. Not everybody across the region is going to be under this, but this is where we're talking about some of those more treacherous, slippery conditions, right? Not just rain that we're dealing with. Portions of the Hudson Valley into upstate New York up towards I-90, and then also into portions of Vermont and New Hampshire, which, to your point, yesterday we had the freezing rain. So it's been a difficult week already in terms of finding the right time to hit the road. And
we don't want to say that it won't at all bring sleet or freezing rain. We might have a little bit of a mix here or there, but this is predominantly going to be a snowstorm. And the heaviest snow will be likely through the higher elevations yet again. We've got the Poconos around and just east of Scranton. We have the Catskills, and these are the Adirondacks, right? I'm looking at you every time. The green and white mountains, all the mountain ranges here in the Northeast and New England. That's where we're going to pick up the higher totals. And the air will be cold enough, maybe just marginally cold enough, but still it's there. And maybe this little coastal low that tries to strengthen a bit could usher in some more cold air.
Yeah, I think, and that'll be the big story that we'll be breaking down in the wake of that low. But certainly Thanksgiving is dishing out a lot of things for the eastern third of the country.
Yeah.